We are in the midst of our Stewardship campaign. Stewardship is about our time, talent, and treasure and how we're offering those to the greater good right here at Christ Church. And today, Allie Barker is going to tell us a little bit about why Christ Church is important to her. So, Allie. Good to meet you.
Hi, everyone. Is my sound okay?
Yes.
Thank you. Hi, my name's Allie. I've been coming to Christ Church Bronxville since I was 10. My first introduction to the church was actually joining the children's choir at the time in the 5th grade, where I was paid something like $5 a month to sing in the pews with my friends, which felt like a really good deal to me. Since then, I've served as an acolyte. I was confirmed here. I joined the youth group, and I went to Taizé 4 times. Christ Church has been a pretty huge part of my growing up. Since I graduated high school, I haven't been around as much. Like lots of children do, I went off to college, I moved cities, now I work. But in the many, many transitions I've undergone since high school, I've found myself craving the type of community that I have here. I really do believe that this church and this congregation is special. So many of my core memories of coming of age are inextricably tied to Christ Church. My family, since moving here, has become wrapped up in this church. At 15, I watched as my mother, who was not 100% certain of her belief at the time, was baptized at the super long service right before Easter. I watched her be fully welcomed into the community, exactly as she was, invited in with open arms by every part of the congregation. I then got to see her and my father become fully immersed in the church, her joining the vestry, him serving as subdeacon, both building close relationships with members of the community. I'm going to list off some other memories. Conversations in EYC, the youth group, that pushed me to ask myself questions, to examine my beliefs and preconceptions about my faith. In the presence of a group I knew would send me care packages when I went off to college. Laughing in the church vans on our way to midnight runs, where we interacted with the city we live so close to and the people that can seem really easy to ignore when you spend most of your time in Bronxville. Sitting in my grandmother's funeral at 14, listening to Father Bird give a sermon that treated her with the kindness, love, and humor of an old friend, even though she was not a member of the congregation and they had never met. Hugs from Moby and Mackenzie after I learned that my other grandmother had just died while on the Taizé trip in the 11th grade. Knowing that while I was heartbroken, I was fully loved and supported right where I was, that although my family was continents away, I was exactly where I needed to be in that moment. Watching my sister, Megan, who has a beautiful voice and a passion for singing and will let you know it, perform live on the stage downstairs with her best friends, people she may otherwise have never met. Watching her carry all of this with her as she left for college herself, the passion for music that Christ Church Bronxville nurtured, the incredibly strong friendships she found, and above all, a sense that she is loved as she is. I'm doubtlessly a different person now than I was at 11 or 15 or 20. I trust and hope that I have not yet fully seen who I'm growing into, that I have no idea who I'll be in 5 years or 10, but in remembering my past selves and looking towards the future, I have never once doubted that CCBNY and its community loves me and my family and accepts us exactly as we are. My loved ones and I have never been asked to change as a prerequisite to membership in this family. We have been asked to push ourselves in our faith, grow in our service, but it's never been a question of whether we are enough, just as we are. And if that's not God's love at work, I don't know what is. This church looks very different now than it did 10 years ago. It's growing and changing in fairly incredible ways. I don't recognize too many of the people that I see around these days, but that's never made me question that I have a home here. And I don't think my story or my family's is particularly unique. CCB has a really beautiful habit of meeting people where they are and fostering strong bonds. So please give your time or your funds or whatever you have to offer so that this church can maintain and grow its capacity to build this wonderful family. Thank you.
So we're aiming up until next Sunday when we're going to be bringing our gifts in and having them blessed, saying a blessing from God on those very things that we can offer to this community. So I hope that you will take the time to complete your pledge. You can do that online. There are cards that are available in the back if you haven't already received one at your home.